It's Monsters, and welcome back to the Director of Football Journeyman with me, FoggyPlays, on FM21. Today we're taking on a team in the Europa League. I haven't shown you the group draw yet, so I'm not going to ruin it. Or do I just tell you? It's Levski Sofia. Levski Sofia. Should be an easy enough game. I just said we'd start on the my manager's profile, just so I can show you what we are looking like at the minute. Our coaching attributes are looking pretty fruity, but our mental attributes, look at those. Like level of discipline, man management, motivating, all beautiful. Adaptability, 2. I've managed in England, France, Holland, Germany. Adaptability, 2. I can't adapt to save my life. But nonetheless, we're going to keep going. We're going to do all the things that we do. I have my favourite personality of mercenary. Don't know how I managed it, but we have a very, very nice personality style. But the Euro Cup, we did get Besiktas in our group and Dinamo Kiev. So, comfortable group, you would imagine. Bundesliga, we're still unbeaten in the league. The only team doing better than us is Leipzig, and they've only conceded 1 goal less than us. And that's the only difference that separates the two teams, is we've had a draw and we've conceded 1 goal more than Leipzig. Results since we were here last have been good, obviously. A couple of games we could have definitely done better. Like the game against Borussia Dortmund, I was quite happy with the 1-0 win. Against Nuremberg, disappointed to only win by the 1. Wolfsburg, I was angry. Oh, I was angry. We were 3 up after 77 minutes. And they came back. 86th, 93rd, 95th. Cernvecca absolutely fell to pieces in the last 5 minutes. Well, 11 minutes, I suppose. Or 9 minutes. Is it? Yeah, 9 minutes. The last 9 minutes he fell apart. Then we went and beat Dinamo Kiev in the first Europa League game. Sanyang with both goals. Sanyang has been on fire so far this year. Then against Hertha. Hertha just I don't know what's happened to Hertha Berlin this season, but Pericles is a new signing for them. He was dominant. Like, he was proper good. Hildenbrand, Kian Overton, Amiri, Matumbo, and Matthias Schultz all getting goals for us. Hildenbrand did pick up an injury, which was slightly disappointing. He's been out since. Against Stuttgart, we won 2-0. A player that you won't have seen before got our second goal. It's Abdul Raham Al Salman, 94th minute header. Because we don't have Tapsova. Don't think I told you about that. Tapsova picked up an injury in pre-season. It was a hip injury, and it was because of a robust challenge with Kian Overton. So we've lost one of our best centre backs because of a guy who I'm not really sure what to do with. Tackling him a little bit too hard. And then against Mainz, team who were struggling at the start of the season, we just about beat them 1-0. So, as I said, transfers. What's been going on? Florian Favre-Berthier is joining on the 1st of January, centre back from Canada, Montreal Impact. He looks a decent player, I guess. He's 17, so he's got plenty of room to grow. Hopefully he turns into something quite fantastic. Don't know what story with these guys are. They've been here for like a month. I think they're for our B team, which I'm not sure that I mentioned. We got a B team. We have a B. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. But yeah, we got a B team. So fantastic, I guess. Don't really use B teams all that often, but the players that have joined since you were here last, which was, let's have a quick look at the date, 12th. What happened after the 12th? Because I don't remember. So we signed Bevan Davison from Leicester for 1.8 million. He's got into our... No, he's in our first team. Never played a game of competitive football in his career, but has played horrendous amounts of non-competitive friendly matches, basically. He looks okay. 19 years old. We'll see how he gets on. He's not intended on going into the first team right away. He is just going to be kind of like a backup option. Let's see if he can do that as a backup option. Like I did say at the end of the last episode, we needed players who could play centre back. Our director of football went and did exactly that. Abdurrahman Al Salman is another centre back who's actually been playing quite a number of games so far for us. Started 6 games since he arrived and scored a goal. He's quite good. He's got 4-star potential. 4.5 million. We paid 7.5 or 7.25 million for him, which is a lot of money. But I think it was like his release clause. I'm guessing, if I remember correctly. Was it? I'm pretty sure it was a release clause. And then just to make sure that we had adequate backup, Enilika from Liverpool was brought in on loan. He's a German English Albanian. Never played a competitive. Okay, played once on the continent, but he's never played a league game until he joined us, and we brought him off the bench. And he's played twice for us since. And players that have left, not a huge amount to tell you. Thomas Beer went to Augsburg, and Dominic Altier, player I really wanted to give a chance to this year, because he did get a couple of games last season towards the end of the year when we had a bit of a striker issue. He has gone to Cologne to sit on their, or to play for their under, or their B team, their second, Cologne 2. We did lose someone else, but I don't know how to find that player because he was in our second team, and I don't think they have transfers. No, they don't. So I'm not sure how to show you. It was Hubner, the left winger, I think it was. I don't remember what team he went to, so can't really show you that. But he's gone as well. I think he went for 1.8 million or something in and around that. He was the only good player in the second team, and he's gone now. So, as you can see, results are going well. League is going well thus far. The cup is going quite well for us as well. Season preview for the league: we're still expected to finish 6th. Kind of surprised by that. I would have expected us to be just a smidge higher than that. But at least we can outperform what's expected of us. Hertha still 3rd favourite, even though they're sitting. Actually, they're 4th, not doing too bad. But Leipzig have started unbeaten as well. But I said bring back for the Levski game because it's kind of around the time I said I was going to bring you back anyway. And why not? I'm going to put Antonelli on the bench instead of Ealing. Do I want to do that? No. Antonelli can sit this one out. Tapsoba is on the way back from his injury. Still not fit to be put on the to even get near the first team really. Buendia has been struggling a little bit recently. Ehlers is purely just if right back or centre back picks up injuries, he'll slot in to the bench most likely. And that is everything. We did give Sasha Ulrich a first team appearance in one of the last games. I think it was a game against Stuttgart, and he played and didn't concede any goals, which was spicy, perfect, beautiful. We're starting with Cernveka as our goalkeeper. He's been in very good form so far this year. Naguera and Coops as our wingbacks. Coops has been exceptional, without a doubt our best player. Belakachap and Al Salman starting at centre back. Overton, who I'm starting to decide he's probably a central midfielder. We've played him as a Mazzella, a box-to-box, a deep-lying playmaker, and a ball-winning midfielder. And I think he's out up front twice. But he's going to start alongside Kulikov with Sanyang and Amiri as our wide men. Muller is going to play as an advanced playmaker in the number 10 slot with Matumbo alongside him. Is that the lineup we're starting with? Is that what we're doing? I feel like this is probably a better idea. And then have Kulikov just be a roaming or an advanced playmaker on support. I was going to have him as a roaming playmaker. Don't know if that's really necessary against Levski. Probably not. Probably be a little bit overkill. We're already going to be... I would hope we're going to dominate this game. We'll have to wait and see. Overton has been an interesting addition to the team. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure where we play him. He's not... Like, it... He's difficult to kind of pinpoint because his attributes do a lot, but I'm not sure what to actually do with him. And David Muller with the goal, Amiri with the assist after nodding it down from the Coops cross. But yeah, like I said, Overton, we've tried him in a lot of different roles. Like his tackling is fantastic. Like he's got like 14 tackling, so he's even thinking like maybe centre back. If absolutely necessary, we could throw him in at centre back. But I don't know if that's a good idea. But his finishing is terrible, so he's definitely not a striker. So don't know. He would be a decent pressing forward on like support or defend. Amiri just puts that one over, but I don't know. I'm not sure. If you haven't, do comment down below. Let me know what you would do with him, because I'm thinking midfield is probably where I'm going to play him. But what role to play him in midfield? Because he's scored as a Mazzella. He's been he almost scored a couple of goals. Oh, Amiri gets in. Yeah, he scored from midfield when he was playing as a Mazzella, and he had an exceptional game where he had a bunch of shots and just had a keeper who played really well, or kind of bounced around in the box and someone else scored. So he's definitely good enough to be in the team. I just feel like he's like a James Milner, where you can play him in a whole bunch of different places, and it's kind of hard to figure out where you want to play him. I reckon if I put him in goal, he'd be fantastic. So that's another thing we could consider. Like Overton could be the replacement goalkeeper, even though we don't really need to replace him. Got Matt Tumbo. Everyone's getting on the score sheet today. Half an hour in, we're 3 up. Didn't expect it to be quite this easy. I'm going to drop a bit of praise for the lads now. But like I said, we do have Muller, Matumbo, who are more midfield options. Like they're strikers who can play in midfield, or midfielders who can play as strikers. And Overton's kind of an I'll do anything man. Oh, Sanyang actually, his goal scoring this season has been exceptional. But his preferred role, like his attributes, everything about his attributes says he's an inverted winger. Oh, Matumbo just puts that one wide. Everything about his attributes says inverted winger. But he is so bad as an inverted winger. He never plays well. You put him as an inside forward, smashes it. Like every game, smashes it as an inside forward. Play him or start him or play him as an inverted winger, useless. Amiri, speaking of useless, that was a terrible, terrible shot. But the lad's already complacent. To be fair, it was half an hour in. We were 3 up. I'm going to outstretch my arms and say that, actually, I'm going to point the finger and say, keep focused. Delayed with your... Ooh, Glenn Coops isn't happy with that. This is Muller's 100th appearance for Leverkusen. There was, towards the end of the transfers, it was around the deadline day, Muller and Amiri both had interest in them, but I think there wasn't... Oh, Bellacaccia just puts that one wide. There wasn't enough interest in them from clubs that they were going to offer the kind of money that was being kind of thrown around in the media. So there was, I think for Amiri, it was like 50 million or something. There was quotes of clubs coming in to pay 50 million for him. I don't think anybody was going to pay 50 million for a 31-year-old winger, attacking midfielder, central midfielder kind of person. And Muller, there was like, Matumbo almost gets a goal, his second of the game. But yeah, like I said, there was interest in Muller, but I think there was price ranges from like 33 to like 60 million, and I don't think anybody would be willing to pay. I certainly wouldn't be willing to pay that much money for a player such as himself. So I can't imagine the AI being willing to pay that kind of money for a player as well, where he's not amazing. Like he's good, but it kind of lacks a lot of. He's lacking. Yeah, that's probably just the easiest way to describe it. He's lacking. But one thing that isn't lacking is our goalkeeping play or goalkeeping options. Certain Cervenka, I think, is maybe just after turning 19. Sasha Ulrich is 17, and Havani is 23. So the oldest option is still quite young. And Ezekiel Palacios comes off the bench, smashes in a fourth. Get in there, son. I think I might take Amiri off because he is quite tired. Oh, he's the tiredest of all the players left on. Oh, actually, no, Sanyang's quite tired as well. I'm going to take Amiri off. Bring on Illing. See if he can score a goal. He hasn't scored yet this season, which with his 27 goals last year, not something I was expecting to be to be saying. You know, top scorer from last year hasn't scored yet. Balakotchip heads just over again. Another player who hasn't scored as many goals as I would have hoped, but I think it might just be purely because clubs are starting to figure out our corner routine, so I might have to change it up a little bit. But that was a fairly comfortable 4-0 win. We'll have to see how the other game in our group went, because the Dinamo Kiev Besiktas result 8-1. Oh, Feyenoord absolutely smashed Rapid Vienna. First drew with Inter. First beat Feyenoord, and now they've drawn with Inter. Besiktas and Dinamo Kiev drew. We play Besiktas next. Dinamo Kiev, to be fair to them, not actually that bad of a team. They played really rather well against us, and I did not expect to have Dinamo Kiev give us any sort of issue. Same with Levski. I kind of expected it to be between ourselves and Besiktas, but it turns out it's not really the case. Spain-wise, we have been playing a couple of games. Just to give you a quick little roundup, we beat Poland 3-1. Huge amount of debuts, just a lot better than they were. Then against Portugal, did what I normally do, threw away a 3-0 lead, which is just pretty much standard for us. Ruben Diaz scored our third goal, which was just a hilarious own goal. But then not instantly, 6 minutes later went up and scored from a corner for themselves. We were just powerless to stop them scoring against us. Then the next two games, which is in a week or two, we play Austria and Poland, but we're looking pretty spicy for winning our group, I would say. Austria is good. Still think we can beat them. They did beat Portugal 4-1 though. Maybe I shouldn't be expecting too much too soon. But next episode we're going to go back probably for Besiktas, just so we can kind of have a look at the way the groups are going. Unless there's Leipzig. Potentially Leipzig, if they're still top of the league. If it's like a top 2 fight, I'll bring you back for that, because that would be much more entertaining than watching almost completely meaningless game against Besiktas. So, like I said, next episode will be against Leipzig. Unless something else happens and say Freiburg end up being top of the league and we're second, then I'll bring you back for that. But we are undefeated thus far. So this season, we haven't even lost a friendly. Could this be the season where we win the Bundesliga? Be the first time I win the Bundesliga for a long time without managing Hertha Berlin. I don't know how I feel about that, actually. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, fellas. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!